ready for this exam?
I was inside.
All right, I think you're
Let me
live.
try it.
Yeah,
Walked on the
go on.
Why does it smell funny?
Yo, chat.
Why is it on the floor?
Chat.
And it apparently rained, so
Is it working?
that's cool. I like the rain though. I'm glad that it's raining.
I might just be in the back eating my food, by the way.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Grass.
Thank you, Vio, for helping. Okay, nice.
Hello?
Oh my gosh.
Hello?
All
right, it's going.
Is that meta? Okay. Hello, everybody. This is not the 50 subscriber special, but let me go ahead and. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Let me put this like somewhere good. Probably in the. Do like up here.
Hey, Rainbow out there.
There is.
Whenever you take it, like, oh,
I say hi.
review session. It's like, oh,
Let me do maybe one more back. Actually, I don't want to go. I think that looks good. Yeah.
public relations is power. No way, this is a texture. Wait, go.
I have every single free texture.
No way, bro. That's crazy.
Any crisis is an opportunity.
That's like the
That's
worst
like a
thing
threat.
to put on a shirt.
I know
That's horrible.
hilarious.
Take advantage of people when they're at their lowest.
I'd rather have that on a shirt. It's a lot less subtle, very clear. You know.
There's not like it's not like an open.
Okay, what company do you think would use that though? What type?
What
Like,
company?
do you think a funeral home would?
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm live streaming, so just.
Wait, who all joined the live?
Oh yeah.
Do you have views?
Insurance. I feel like
You just opened them.
you still haven't seen a Evangelion, have you?
Nope.
Seen that? That's so good.
I have the shirt though.
Poser.
Oh.
Poser.
I need that shirt. Where'd you get that?
Uniqlo,
What's that?
the Japanese store.
Japanese?
Yeah, this guy loves it.
Arigato. Shive shive.
I'm going to study after this somewhere.
There's like a 7-story
Dude, I was studying before, like
Yeah, Tokyo.
this.
Pull up.
weekend or
Ooh,
something.
I think I'll go. I'll visit.
Hashtag Japan
Yeah,
2020.
I don't know. Like I read that you got
Not even
the.
Are you
that,
going?
Just the unique.
Wait, are you going to Japan?
I was like,
Huh?
Are you going to Japan?
Dude, it's in the air. It's in the air. Tickets are pretty cheap, so.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'm live.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm live.
What?
One limb per semester.
Unitary or ECO?
What happened?
MCO.
It's
It's a partial. It's a partial.
What happened?
Yeah, it was soccer. Yeah, in intramurals. I went to kick a ball, and big
because I'm on my phone.
dude on the other side.
Drops your phone
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
everywhere.
How long
Try
have
not
you
to use your
fully
phone
healed?
Is
challenge.
Alan coming?
Oh, I don't know. I hope so.
I
I
haven't
texted him.
got my official MRI yet, but since we're assuming it's just a partial, probably like 2 months.
I see.
Taking a call.
Sorry,
Business.
It's all good.
I one time did that by just getting out of bed.
I was
So
Really?
yeah.
Your
Did
MCO?
you drop off?
Just like everything down here.
Are you
Yeah.
serious? I can't tell.
I was paralyzed from the waist down.
You left it
That
up.
is
And then the next day I was paralyzed from the waist up.
I like the
So it was very weird. I was just like walking around the entire time.
Thank you, though.
But I
Wait,
don't
how
know.
long do you think this one will last? Because I have somewhere I gotta be at 8:30.
8:30. This should not last longer than an hour.
Okay, I figured this one would be short.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do.
Libby, is your water bottle up there?
Will you have another one?
It is.
Teacher speaking.
No. Go, please.
It's probably the pink
Let's
one.
start it here.
Will you have another one, Aharas?
Okay.
For this exam.
Yeah.
We might. I don't know.
Wait, you don't do Biochem 3, right?
No. That's just rote memorization. You know.
That's the one that's like harder though.
I just like go into homework and memorize everything.
I was gonna say,
That's what I do too.
It's like, oh yeah.
It's always all of the above.
I know, like,
This is Tyler's boots, bro.
Ew. Like a peanut.
Hmm?
I like your boots.
Oh, thank you.
What's up?
But
Volume
I-
word in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, she was kind of walking with someone, but the person on the
Bro, this
sidewalk. and
is
she
such
comes-
bad quality.
What's the stream?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of mean. I know. Like.
Who's sending hearts? Thank you. Oh, thank you, George. Thank you.
Oh, yours. Nice.
Yeah, I need to send hearts.
Thank you.
I'll send hearts.
Did you know the last one?
Well, I guess if you're
It was like
watching,
4.
if the audio is good, just listen to my words and I'll explain everything.
Wait, is there actually any other viewers?
There's no one watching.
Oh,
You're
Record your recorder, bro.
But Madeline
Lisa
said
on right now.
Lisa Vassan.
Madeline would watch. Said she would watch, and I think Sandra said she would watch. some other
There you
people
go.
too. So
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
let me see.
Wait, I don't see the notification. Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Biochem 2 Rev. Oh, wait, you posted one?
Oh, that was like a testing one.
No views first.
First comment.
Yeah, these are kind of bad. Okay, okay. Is there anyone else coming, or is it just you guys?
Oh,
Is it?
Are you ungrateful?
No, no, no. But I thought I told so many people like one-on-one too, and they said they would come, but
To be fair, it's more than last one.
Where
Last
is-
one's true.
okay.
Are you?
He's dead ass to you. Brought water to his drinking water.
Please, it's very dangerous chemical. Every single person who has ingested this has died at one point or will die.
True.
Wait, Horace, where's the beaker from? Or is it
Let's
something?
not get into that. Okay, so let's start. I think the main two things that we're gonna cover on this exam, I think only two things is electron transport chain and photosynthesis. So I drew out photosynthesis here because, to be honest, I didn't know it too well. I'll explain it. I'll redraw some of it, but you can look at it. You don't have to keep that in mind. But, let's start with electron transport chain because this is basically the last part. Okay, so we started from eating food, whatever. You get some glucose in your body. You go through glycolysis, and then you have a lot of different options from there, right? And then you go from glycolysis, you go to Krebs cycle, and now we're finally at the last step, the electron transport chain. We can finally make some energy. So let's go ahead. Welcome. Are you here for the review?
No, no.
Oh,
I'm dropping these off.
oh, okay. You can stay if you
Wait, just stay for the session.
You can stay if you want.
Just stay. Really helpful.
No, I don't know. I don't force you.
Are you in biochem? Wait. He used to be.
No. He was.
Oh, you got a Biochem exam to study for.
Regular chem? Get out.
Yeah.
Can't stay. I'm a normal person. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let me draw mitochondria. Does anyone have a extra expo? I should have prepared.
I have some markers.
Thank you. Let me just. I'll draw this part.
W student.
Yeah. I barely use this too.
Yeah, Horace, I got the markers right here.
Thank you.
You just take a whole bag. Oh, gracias. Here you go.
Ten up.
Gracias. Gracias.
Okay. Oh, that's a beautiful black.
What? All beautiful.
Remember, you're being recorded.
I could delete this if I want. Yeah, no one's watching.
Yeah.
Someone else is.
Yeah, no one's
recording
watching.
the live stream.
Okay. This is the outer. This is what I just draw.
A circle.
Correct. There's nothing here.
Loki looks like a tooth. Like a bowl.
It does actually look like a tooth.
Right. And then
Which do you have?
I guess fucked up. Steve Blair, not my favorite Filipino.
Wow.
you're being recorded
There you
too.
go.
It's okay.
That's Jake, by the way.
Yeah, that was what?
Top 3
Jake, you're being racist.
What?
You're
It's
not.
not my favorite Filipino. Not that I don't like Filipinos.
So can you answer the question?
About what?
No.
About.
Kiss Mary Kill.
Okay.
I'm not passing that one.
It's KMK, but it's all through biochem professors.
Oh. Wait, what?
This has
Who?
to be recorded. I mean, deleted.
This needs to be deleted.
Oh, the R3.
This is not PG.
Okay. So that's the outer mitochondrial membrane. This is the inner mitochondrial membrane. What are these folds called?
Christe?
Cristae. Like, what's the importance of cristae?
It increases surface area.
Surface area. Okay, what's the importance of increasing surface area?
More places for enzymes to be.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, that was easier than I thought it would be. Okay. What is this called? This space.
In a membrane space.
Membrane space. Nice. And then what's this space?
Matrix.
Yes. Matrix.
Where's
Why
Matrix?
do you come if you know everything?
Well, I'm trying to see if I know everything.
Damn,
That's
Jake.
that's the point.
Well, I'm just like trying to think, cause she's already
Wait,
saying
Horace.
it.
Wait.
Okay, my
Matrix.
bad.
No. this
Where's
is good,
Matrix?
this is good.
Matrix is inside, right here.
Okay, so inside the inner membrane.
Yeah, inside the inner mitochondrial membrane. Then you have the outer membrane, you have the intermembrane space, and then the inner mitochondrial membrane, and then the matrix. So just keep this, yeah.
Where's like that?
This for later. This is just a huge enlarged crystal. But this is where the rotor will go. This is where ATP synthesis will go. Just one more space. But okay, just keep this anatomy in mind. This is going to be very important also for photosynthesis. I'll draw something similar, but just keep this in mind for especially the proton gradient. What's acidic? What's basic? What's on the outside of the membrane? What's on the inside of the membrane? So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Now let me draw right here. Okay. This is going to be complex 1. Okay. Who can tell me what happens at complex 1?
Electrons are accepted or donated from NADH.
Okay. Okay. What else? What else? Or okay, I guess let me draw this as well. So, where is glycolysis occurring?
The matrix.
Matrix. Okay, cool. And then what's the product from there that would be used in this?
From glycolysis or the citric acid?
Citric acid cycle.
From glycolysis.
Oh,
So glycolysis does produce 2 NADH. Can that go? So you said it's in where? Where's glycolysis occur?
What was it?
Cytoplasm.
Okay, cool. So in terms of permeability, the outer mitochondrial membrane is more or less permeable compared to the inner one. More, yeah, a lot more. So all the NADH, you guys remember the malate pathway and stuff we talked about? I don't know how in depth he wants us to know that, but just know that you need something like that for the NADH, extra, like this 2 NADH from glycolysis to get in to the matrix. But thankfully, the Krebs cycle is occurring right here. So that's occurring right here. How much NADH is produced?
2.
Total from the Krebs cycle?
Is it 3?
Or is it 4?
Okay, let me draw the Krebs cycle. So we're going to start with oxaloacetate, right? So let's see. No, I'm kidding. It's going to take a long time. No, there's 6 NADH and 2 SADH2. So, okay. So we have that NADH. You can get 2 more if you shuttle in, right? Do some pathway, but we'll just focus on these. But what we're going to start with is complex 1. And can you guys see it? Is that big enough? You guys can see at this angle? Sorry, I did it over here. I should have centered it. But, okay. Anyway, the first thing that does occur is, NADH drops off right here. Its first electron.
And becomes NAD+.
Correct. NAD+. Okay, where does the proton go?
Oh.
into the inner membrane space.
Space. Okay, so let's say we'll have that proton right here. We'll say it's here. But okay, yeah, we'll have protons that are just floating around in here, right? That are produced through various reactions. H+, it goes in, goes out. How many at complex 1 will go out total?
4.
4, correct. Why?
It's because. Is it because it's 2 proton per NADH or?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, you have NAD plus. What's happening when you're doing this redox reaction is so you have something else reacting, right? Talk about that a little bit. But it's a redox reaction, and the charges need to be balanced. So if you're giving up, there's 2 positive charges right here. What are you giving up? You have to be giving up 2 electrons, right? So just keep that in mind. For NAD, for every NADH, there are 2 electrons. For every FADH2, there are also 2 electrons. And yeah. And we'll talk a little bit more about NADH later, because I think for the structures we should know that showed up in the homework. I think the main 3, I think the only 3 are ubiquinone, ubiquinol, and NADH. Is there anything else you guys remember from the homework? I think those are the only ones, right? Okay.
And then NAD plus is just it's reducing the carboxyl. I don't
Oh yeah, well we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Oxides are disformed. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. Just know 2 electrons are here, but this is going to be traveling up here. So what is accepting the electrons from NADH?
Is it ubiquinol?
No, not yet. This is going to be
the Q, right?
no, not yet. The first thing is going to be flavin. It's kind of small. Flavin
FMN.
mononucleotide, yeah. And this turns into what? FMNH2, yeah, first. So this is going to be, Dr. Bray said it best, this is going to be our adapter. So this is like a small capacitor, right? This is holding our electrons for a little bit. And then the iron sulfur complex comes next. And our iron sulfur complex is our wire. Just think of that as our wire. We're just we're shuttling electrons through this in our complex. So you have a nice little wire moving around, and there's a little extra. I don't think you need to know this, but it's about 7 to 8 iron sulfur complexes, I think. And so it's just iron sulfur, up here, and the electrons are traveling. How many electrons does flavin mononucleotide in the reduced form donate to the iron sulfur complex? Very important. Very
Just
important. One, correct. Nice. So there's only 1. The iron sulfur complexes can only hold 1 at a time. So this wire is very useful, but it can't hold a lot of charge, right? So the flavin mononucleotide, how many electrons can that hold? 2. Yeah. So it's only dropping off 1. So you have this flavin mononucleotide radical going on, and anyway, it just drops off 1. It gets another electron. It goes back. And so you have a little cycle. And you'll see that again. We'll talk about the Q cycle in a later complex. But so a lot of these things can only donate 1 electron at a time. And I don't know, it's interesting to think about in an evolutionary standpoint. But okay. We have the wire, we have our 1 electron. Where does that go now? Is there anything more for complex 1? No? Are you sure? Coenzyme Q, nice. So now, this is out here. So, let's see. Okay. Q. Yeah, so coenzyme Q, ubiquin. Is coenzyme Q right here? Is that ubiquinone or ubiquinol? Ubiquinone. Oh, wait, what?
Ubiquinone.
Yeah, okay. Sure, ubiquinone, coenzyme Q. A lot of cool names. CoQ. I think there's also like a 10 here, or Q10. And then, anyway, just QH2. So you go ahead and get that. Let's go ahead and just draw the structures right now. So, Q. Okay. So, okay. Then you have the methyl group. Then you have, so ubiquinone, ketone, right? Ketone, so you just have 2 ketones right here. No, you have your methoxy groups here, you have your methyl group there, and then you have this R group. What is the R group?
A very
Isoprenoid, nice. So, okay, what is the property of an isoprenoid group? Very hydrophobic. How is that useful for ubiquinone? Okay. That's very useful because is coenzyme Q fixed? No. So coenzyme Q has that group because it can just run across the membrane. It takes the electrons, it donates it. It doesn't only act on complex 1. It needs to go shuttle between complexes. Complex 1 is fixed right here. You have your reduction going on, you have your wires going on. You can't move this. the coenzyme Q can move. And so this is in the which form? Oxidized or reduced?
Oxidized.
Oxidized, nice. So if you gain electrons, where will they go? Let's draw what doesn't change first. Okay. You still have this group, very essential. Okay, now what? What's different here?
One of the ketones becomes an OH.
One? Which one?
Are both the ketones become an OH?
Yes, yeah, so both need to have that. And then what about the ring? How do the double bonds look? Is it still a benzene ring?
No.
Okay, where are the double bonds?
One on the left, one on the right.
Yeah. Just keep that in mind because, double bonds are electrons. They can move on to the ketones, right? So yeah. Okay. So that's that, and then we can go ahead and draw. We can draw NADH. NADH. And so for the exam, just memorize these structures. Yeah, that's it. Just keep drawing them. I don't know, in your bathroom, and then put it on the mirror. Okay, so NADH. H3 of the amide group. You have that. Okay, what's the rest of it?
It's a benzene.
Benzene right here. And then, yeah, R. Okay, this is like a ribose, right? And that's the ADP. Okay, so nicotinamide, adenine, dinucleotide, whatever, I don't know. Wait, this is NAD plus, right? Okay, so the ring is fully intact here. You have all 3 bonds here, so you can have the resonance structure. And is that right? No, that's not right.
I just
It
had
should be here, yeah. Yeah.
sorry, I just had a question about the coenzyme Q
Yeah.
oxidized with these structures. I don't know, I'm looking at the textbook and I think the benzene ring is on the reduced form.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Good. I was testing you. That was very good. Good catch. Oh, that makes more sense. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Good catch. See, guys, I'm going to test you like this continuously. And we'll see.
Very rigorous.
And then NADH, right? So where do the hydrogens go on here? Top, nice. In here, so NADH, yeah, carries, you got 2 of them. It's here. That's like that. I think. Yeah, and then everything else is the same. Yeah. Okay. Just double check on your own. Practice at home. Yeah, just memorize stuff. Okay. Anyway, coenzyme Q is our mobile carrier, and it's running. Okay, where does coenzyme Q go from here? Where does it go?
To complex 3.
Complex 3, nice. So that's something important. It doesn't go directly to complex 2. So let's go and draw complex 2 though. Yeah. Because complex 2 also ends up in coenzyme Q. So that will go later. That'll go somewhere else. But complex 2, also known as, what's another name for complex 2?
Succinate.
Dehydrogenase.
Nice. Who said that? Nice, that's good. Where have we seen this before?
Citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle.
Oh my goodness. Do you guys even need me? Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, this was right here, right? And so if you remember, succinate dehydrogenase is not a highly regulated step. It can go both ways. And so succinate dehydrogenase creates FADH2, but since it's not highly regulated, it can also break it down. So FADH2 will enter here. FADH2 and becomes FAD Flavin adenine dinucleotide. Yeah. Okay. What picks it up? What happens here? So what is FADH2 reacting with? Same thing as last time. Flavin mononucleotide. So you'll see a lot of the steps here are redundant, and I think you'll see like a lot of this is just like a huge game of hot potato for electrons. So you start off with NADH, and it has a huge potential to lose its electrons. And you're going down that stepwise mechanism, that staircase of things that are better at losing, or a little less worse at losing it. And so NADH loses it, goes to flavin mononucleotide, gives it to some wires, coenzyme Q. Okay, I'll take it down the line. And then you have this FADH2, which is a little weaker than NADH. They'll enter at a different complex, and it's weak. It's not that weak, but it's weak enough where it won't pump any protons. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, and ubiquinone isn't ubiquinone reduced to ubiquinol in complex 2?
Correct. So that's the last step. Yes. So let me get there. So everything else is kind of the same. And then H2. You go through another wire system, right? One electron is being passed through the wire of the iron sulfur complex. I think it's maybe like 4 to 6, 4 or 5. Doesn't matter. It's iron sulfur complex here. Okay, and that goes to, again, the same thing happens. And just remember that coenzyme Q, it has the R group sticking into the membrane, so it can just run along. So it's in the intermembrane space. So ubiquinone goes to ubiquinol, alcohol. Okay, cool. And now we have that. Okay, now what? Now what happens?
We have a question.
Oh, yes.
Okay, on the homework, so both complex 1 and complex 2 work with MNF?
Oh, yeah, F-man, yeah.
F-man. But okay, on the homework, we just chose one. Like, the answer was just complex 1.
Yeah,
What's one?
Yeah.
for FMN.
Did it say like an explanation exclusively it doesn't happen at complex 2 at all?
You just chose one, and the answer was complex 1.
Well, this is, I mean, okay, I know this does for sure use it, but I guess this is more prominent. This has a lot more iron sulfur complex. This is more famous for FMN. I don't know. This is what I've seen.
Oh, Haras.
Mhm.
FMN doesn't work in complex 2. It's FAD that's used. It's flavin adenine dinucleotide that's in complex 2. FMN is just complex 1.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought complex 3 was NADH as well.
No, complex 1 is NADH.
No, 3.
Oh, 3 as well?
Yeah, because I thought complex 2 was just FADH.
Wait, so what does this react with?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm misremembering. But I only remember FMN also existing only in one of them.
I took notes on the list.
Let me see.
I'm gonna go to my notes. I heard the book.
Let's see.
I gotta pull up my notes. So is the big thing just knowing the complexes for electron transport chain?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Okay. There's some sources that say flavin mononucleotide is also in complex 2, but some of them just say this reacts directly with iron sulfur. If the homework says that it's not in there, I guess it's better follow that. So this just reacts directly with the iron sulfur complex, and it'll give its electrons to this. So yeah. Okay. So it'll react directly with that, and then it'll go to ubiquinol, and then yeah. Okay. That's any questions so far?
Wait, and both complex 1 and complex 2 both reduce the ubiquinone to ubiquinol?
Yes. Yeah, so they both use, these are two
Okay, yeah.
different.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. Okay.
Two different ubiquinons.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, complex 3. What's another name for it?
Oh, is it
Cytochrome oxidase.
cytochrome oxidoreductase?
So yeah, there's a lot of names. Yeah, a lot of interesting stuff happening here. It's like an oxioreductase name. Okay, what is the most important part here? What's the first thing that happens?
Oh, electrons are transferred from ubiquinol or COQH2 to cytochrome C.
C. Okay. So you have cytochrome C, right? You have a cytochrome B. There's a cytochrome C1. There's a risky center, and so it's a complicated Q cycle. And
Q cycle occurs in complex 3.
okay, so it's very complicated, but I drew it out in a simple way. So basically, how many electrons does ubiquinol contain? Two. Nice. So it picks up one at a time, right, from the iron sulfur. This runs along, it comes here. This runs along, it comes here. And the two electrons have different fates. So you have one electron is going to go to an iron sulfur complex, right? And then this will go to cytochrome C1, and then that will go here to cytochrome C. And so what's important about cytochrome C? How many electrons can that carry?
Oh, is that just one?
One, nice, yeah. So keep that, that's an important fact to know. Cytochrome C can only contain one electron, can only hold one. And then the other electron does something else. It goes to cytochrome B. And this is just where the Q cycle comes from. You make a ubiquinone radical, like that, and then negative. And then that reacts with something else, and it doesn't really matter, but you make a ubiquinol again. And so that's where the cycle comes from. You're just regenerating ubiquinone and whatever. But the important step is here, the top one. Can you guys see that? Okay,
Wait.
kind
What
of.
does the top say? Like below the 3? Like the number?
Oh, cytochrome.
Oh.
Yeah, my bad. Cytochrome, oxioreductase complex. Whatever.
Wait,
But
So what do you draw? So what do you have drawn for complex 3?
so okay, you start with ubiquinol, right?
Okay, yeah.
You have that also from complex 1,
Mm-hmm.
and now you get here. So now you have two electrons that have two different fates. The first fate, the most important one for us, is you take one electron, it goes into an iron sulfur complex. So that's our wire. It travels a little bit, and it goes to cytochrome C1, which is another cytochrome. And what's an important fact about cytochromes? What do they contain?
Heme protein,
Heme protein, which contains
iron.
iron. Nice. So that's going to be important because in photosynthesis, what type of porin structure is there in photosynthesis?
Porin structure.
It contains like manganese instead, right? I forgot the name of it, but we'll talk about it. But it's pretty important. Anyway, this contains iron, and the iron states in this cytochrome C, right? So you have Fe3 plus, right? And once you give it the electron, it can go to Fe2 plus. So these aren't the actual
Is it the chloroplast?
something in there. We'll talk about it. But these aren't the actual attachments. It's just oxidation states. But if you give it the electron, we'll go to that state, right? And so that's for one fate. The other fate goes to cytochrome B, and you regenerate ubiquinol. Okay, cool. And this has enough energy, the ubiquinol, to go ahead, and this entire reaction can pump out 4 protons. So you can see if you enter from complex 1 NADH, you can generate 4 protons. and then you can generate, let's see, 4 more protons. If you go from FADH2, you're missing out on 4 protons. So, okay. Any questions about that?
What's the second pathway that's not the iron sulfate?
So
One
this,
electron-
this one electron goes to cytochrome B.
Mhm.
So this has the same oxidation states of Fe. Cytochromes all contain iron. Right, I think most. And you just basically reduce that. And then, it goes to another ubiquinone. Ubiquinone in there hanging around, and you give it 1 electron, right? Because it's a 1 electron carrier. And then it gets another electron eventually, and then you make ubiquinol again. And then you feed it back in. Yeah. That's basically it. It's kind of complex. I simplified it a lot. We didn't talk about it too much in class, very in depth, but I don't know. If you want, you can see. But okay, that was that. Okay. That was the more complex part. This is the. Okay. So. These are drawn to scale. Okay. Complex 4, what's another name for this complex?
Cytochrome C oxidase.
Let's see, oxidase, nice. Okay. Okay, cytochrome. Okay, this is the one with A1 and A3. So this has 2 different cytochromes. They work together. You have A1 plus A3. And it's the same thing happening here. You have Fe3 plus. You have a state where it could be Fe2 plus. And all that happens is cytochrome C is oxidized. So the electrons go and react here, and you make this again. And then what happens is you take that electron and you go to Fe2 plus. And okay. So that's the first step of complex 4. What's the last step of complex 4?
Oh, it is water, or it's oxygen forming water.
Nice. So there is 1 oxygen molecule hanging around. There are some protons hanging around inside still. And that's not anatomically correct. But I see. No, that's maybe. Okay, now it's correct. Okay. Anyway, proton goes in. How many protons come out in this complex?
2.
2, nice. So this is the last one, and the reason that 2 come out is you have these electrons, and electrons have energy states, and you've pushed it along so far that it's lost some of its energy. And so you can't, reap enough energy from it as much anymore. And so you've pushed it to its, not its max, but anyway, you only get 2 protons at the end now. So if you enter with FADH2, how many protons are getting pumped out total? 6, yeah. 6 or 7. Yeah. No, it's just. Anyway, yeah. Cytochrome A1, A3. Oxygens are final electron acceptor, and it just reacts. So you have the iron 2 plus on this. It'll react. Sorry, this is kind of so cramped, but if you need me experience, let me know. But it just reacts to oxygen. That's it. You make water.
The cytochrome A1 plus A3 reacts with the
With oxygen.
with oxygen to make water?
Yeah.
Okay.
And okay, so that's it for the electrons. Okay, let's just start from the beginning. We'll talk about the electrons real quick. So you have the Krebs cycle, right? You made your electron carriers. You have NADH, you have FADH2. You have a lot of NADH. NADH is very powerful, and it wants to lose electrons. So you go here, and flavin mononucleotide picks it up from NADH. It's able to hold onto them. It can carry 2 electrons, and then it passes off to a wire complex, the iron-sulfur complex. And iron-sulfur can only contain 1 electron, right? Iron, I mean, you can see here the oxidation states, right? The most common ones are 3+ and 2+. They're most stable. And so anyway, you go here, you give it 1 electron at a time. It travels, and then you get to ubiquinone, and ubiquinone can run around. So it's happy to take them from complex 1. Ubiquinone becomes ubiquinol, and it gets 2 electrons, it waits, and then it runs away. And then you have succinate dehydrogenase from Krebs cycle, complex 2. And you just have FADH2 turned back into FAD, and you take its 2 electrons, 1 at a time, through an iron-sulfur complex, and you make ubiquinol, again, from ubiquinone. And then you get to cytochrome 3, which is where the Q cycle occurs. And then here you have 2 different fates. The important one is that you go to another iron-sulfur complex, and then you go to cytochrome C1, which is like the helper to cytochrome C. And it gives cytochrome C its electron. And from here on, it's pretty easy because you're only working with 1 electron at a time. This takes care of itself, goes cytochrome B, and then you have the regeneration of ubiquinol. Anyway, cytochrome C gets, it transitions from 3+ to 2+. It gains this 1 electron, and then it just goes here to its friend, cytochrome C oxidase. Cytochrome C loses an electron, and then cytochrome A1, A3, it gains an electron, so it goes from the 3+ to 2+ state, and then it doesn't want to hold the electrons anymore. And finally, oxygen is the only one that's going to be happy with them. And it says, okay, fine, it's been passed around enough, I'll just take it, and it makes water. So, okay, that is the story of the electrons. And then through that, the cell is very smart. It just used the energy of those electrons to go ahead and pump some protons while it's at it. It had some excess energy. So it pumped off 4 protons in the beginning, then it pumped off 4 protons here, and then 2 more in the end here. So, okay, cool. Any questions? Okay.
Is that way that bottom step on cytochrome A? Yeah, that's water formation, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Do we have to know the cytochrome, different cytochromes like A, B, and all?
Know where they are. Yeah.
So cytochrome C exists in the
This.
membrane stage.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's out here. Yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, I think it's in the inner membrane space, and then it moves along, and then I think so. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere in the middle, somewhere for sure, and interacts with complex 4 somehow. But know which complexes contain which cytochromes, and yeah. Know that one of the most important things is know that oxygen is the final electron acceptor. Okay, cool. Now we're at the very last step, sometimes called complex 5. Okay, so we can talk about the anatomy of ATP synthase. There are alpha units, beta units, delta units, a C unit, an A unit, I think. The rotor, the stator, some parts that are moving, some parts that are not. To be completely transparent, I don't know it as well as I should in the case that, of teaching. So I don't know if I should teach that. But I'll just, if you guys want, search it up or something, but I don't know. I don't know if I can teach it well enough. But I will talk about the main overall thing of what it looks like. So you have alpha, you have a beta, you have an alpha, and you have a beta. And this makes like a ring, kind of, like a bracelet, kind of, right here. Beta right here. It just wraps around. And how many turns does it take of this entire thing to produce 1 ATP?
It's like 3.
3, nice. Okay. So I asked Dr. Bray in class, but how many protons is it known to produce ATP? How many? I mean, okay, so when you're doing, you guys remember how many protons does NADH create? I mean, how many ATP?
2.5.
2.5. Okay, so
NADH2 is 1.5.
okay, why?
Something about reduction potential.
Yeah, there's reduction
Potential. Okay. So how many protons total if we go through NADH?
10.
10. Okay. So we have 10 protons here. And then how about through FADH2?
Like 6
So yeah, so 6 protons here.
or 7.
Oh, 7. Yeah, okay. Okay. 10 protons. And then how do you get 2.5 from 10? What do you have to do?
Do math.
Math, okay. No, we're not math majors. So 10 divided by 4 equals 2.5. 6 divided by 4 is 1.5. But we said, so this is what is known, right? We know these values. But the 4, yeah, so who knows, right? So we know that 3 protons, we know that 3 protons comes from doing entire rotation of these alpha beta subunits. And that creates 1 ATP. But why do we have to memorize that it's 2.5? So I asked Dr. Pereza, and he said he didn't know. You look into it. So I looked into it, and 1 proton is just used to actually move ATP around. So like out of the matrix. So that's taken into the account of the cost of ATP, the actual transportation of it. So just keep that in mind. It's important mainly to remember that to spin this around, you need 3 protons. 3 protons coming in. And so we know that there are a lot of protons out here, right? So what does that mean? Is it acidic or basic? Acidic or basic? Acidic. And then okay. Yeah, and then you have some stator that is attached. Something like that. Anyway, the important stuff is right here, this subunit. And it rotates, and you need 3 protons to do it. And this pore opens up on ATP synthase. And you're able to go ahead and use a proton gradient and through chemiosmosis, you just move protons in, and you take advantage of that energy, and you spin it around. And on these, okay, so how does this actually make ATP though? How do you make ATP?
There are binding sites in the beta subunits. And is that the F1? F sub 1 or F sub 0?
I don't know.
It binds there. There's a loose, tight, and open space, and those rotate and basically squish ADP and inorganic phosphate together to make ATP.
Nice. Yeah, that's basically it. You use this proton gradient, and you're just forcing ADP and inorganic phosphate together, and you make ATP. So, yeah, that's all that's happening. The alpha subunit, I forgot what's happening there, but the beta one's the important one. So, yep. Okay. I think that's it. I think I'm missing anything. You guys have any questions?
We did talk a lot about like the structure of ATP synthase. There's the F0, there's the F na or F0, which is like the
Yes.
activity.
That is something I can't talk about. So F0, that stands for oligo something, whatever. It's something for the membrane. The F0 is in the membrane. That's this part right here. So this is the membrane me darken it. This is the membrane right here. The F0 portion, which is like this part, is in the membrane. Not zero. FO is a oligomycin something. Just know that that's for the membrane. F1, that's for stopping. This is out here. This is actually inside the matrix. So that's the two main big parts of ATP synthase. So note that. Yeah. Thank you.
So for the 3 protons that you talked about,
Yeah.
is it 3 protons for 1 turn?
Yes. Yeah. Or 3. Yeah, 1 turn produces 1 ATP. Yeah, so 3 protons for 1 turn. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, 3 protons, and then 1 additional proton to actually like shuttle it and make it usable. So I guess 4 protons total to calculate the cost. Right here. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Cool. Okay. Now, so that's like the basics of what we should know for this. And now for the application. Okay. So you have some questions now. Mhm.
Okay, so just to make sure, so 3 turns produce 1 ATP, and then 1 turn is 3 protons. So
Oh no. So 1 turn requires 3 protons,
uh,
and 3 protons 1 turn is for 1 ATP.
okay.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Okay, let's something interesting. Let's calculate how much ATP have we produced total. So 6 times 2.5 is what? 6 and
13
8. 6 times 2.5?
or 15.
So we have 15 ATP here, and then 2 times 1.5.
It's like 5. Oh no, that's 3.
So we have 3 ATP. Okay, cool. And a total of
So 18 total.
18 ATP. Okay, from biology, what's like the number they say the electron transport chain produces for ATP? It's like 32, 36, right? You guys remember that? It's like really big.
I believe it's 32.
Okay, why is it 18? This is a lot less, right? About half less. Why? Why is it about half?
They didn't account for the GTP producing the Krebs.
Like the GTP.
ATP, but that's just one, right? So okay, I guess we can say that, right? We can add 1, say +1 from Krebs, +1 from Krebs. We can say, wait, no, is it 2 or 1?
Wait, let me
One,
look.
okay.
Oh,
And then from glycolysis, we also have 2 net ATP, right? 2 from glycolysis. Okay. So
shouldn't it be 2 since the cycle goes twice?
4 Krebs cycle?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's right. 2 from there. So okay, that's only 22 ATP though. Still a lot less than
Yeah, it should be 32 because you have 10 NADH and 10 times. And
10 NADH. Are you sure?
Yeah, and I can do like 25 ATP because
So okay, we have this NADH from Krebs. I guess we can say 2 more from where?
Glycolysis.
Okay. So okay, cool. And then what else?
Yeah, we should have 10 total NADH for. Okay, so we're at 8. So 2 more. So we got 2 from glycolysis, 6 from citric acid.
Is it only 2 from glycolysis? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, whenever you ask that, I get nervous.
No, the main thing I was going at from here, so the reason they say 32, 36, whatever, is because what's your starting material? Glucose, right? And how many carbons is this? 6. Okay, anyway. Through glycolysis, you go ahead and split it into 2 pyruvate, right? And then on, you only care about 1 pyruvate. And then pyruvate goes through Krebs cycle and oxaloacetate, fumarate, whatever, malate, and then you make all your electron carriers from one pyruvate. This Krebs cycle happens twice, right? So basically, the electron transport chain happens twice. So 18 times 2 is 36. So that's basically where you get the number from. So everything happens twice because this is too many carbons to deal with. So it splits it off into 2 3-carbon molecules. Yeah. Okay. So that's where the number comes from. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Quick, I'll ask like a few questions here just for application, but if you uncouple oxidative phosphorylation, what happens? And which step is oxidative phosphorylation?
Just these steps using complexes right? Or is that the overall?
So, you think this part is oxidative phosphorylation from 1 to 4?
Yeah.
Okay. What about 5? This part?
Oh, so then entire process is oxidative phosphorylation?
Maybe. Okay. What are the 2 types of phosphorylation we know?
Substrate level
Okay.
and oxidative.
Nice. Okay. What is? Give me an example of substrate level.
That's like covalent modification.
Yeah. It's just like the kinases, right? Glycolysis, whatever. Oxidative phosphorylation is only complex 5. So
And uncoupling causes the proton gradient to be dissipated without ATP.
uncoupling with. Can you say again?
Oh, I know. Uncoupling causes energy to be released as heat, and then the proton gradient is dissipated without ATP production.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So in class we mentioned that uncoupling of the gradient just gets rid of the proton gradient, and you just basically all this stuff is creating heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're using the energy to pump protons. But if you uncouple it, you're only getting heat. But essentially, electron transport chain is only this step from 1 to 4, because this is the only 4 steps where you're transporting electrons, right? You have this chain of electrons moving around, and finally goes to water. So that's the electron transport chain. Once you make water, you're done. The last part, though, of the entire thing is oxidative phosphorylation. So it's just like a thing of semantics, I guess, but this is the step for oxidative phosphorylation. But yeah, if you uncouple the proton gradient, you can still make water. So you are still consuming oxygen. You are still consuming all this other stuff, right? But what you're doing is, you're just not creating any ATP. So you're making a lot of water, making a lot of, waste kind of eventually, but you're not making any ATP. If you disable ATP synthase, then what happens?
There's no ATP getting.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I got this thing. No. Well, we talked about it in class, right? Oxidative phosphorylation. There was so the graph from top hat, make sure to study that. That'll be on the exam. Let's see, what did he say? I forgot what it looked like, but.
I have it here.
Oh, okay.
Did you want me to try that?
If you guys want, do you guys want to cover it, or we can just go to photosynthesis? It's up to you guys. What do you guys want to do? There's not much time. I think this will take maybe 10 minutes max, but I'm close to being done. It's up to you guys. You guys want to do that, or you guys want?
Can we do that real quick?
Okay.
We'll do that then. That's good.
Okay, cool. You can draw it out if you want.
And
Right here.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I really think 680 needs are under maybe it goes from PS2
What happens in the PS5 complex? We didn't talk about it.
PS5.
PS5.
Yeah.
Oxidative phosphorylation.
No,
You
no,
said
no.
PS5.
Oh, cool.
The
Oh,
most elite level of gaming occurs on a.
oh, Fortnite.
No. Why did you mention that?
Any chance you can proctor our test on Friday?
Proctor? I need to take it, bro. I can't proctor the exam, bro. I don't know about that. Dr. Bray, he will happily proctor.
We saw him riding his bike today.
I love
Really?
him.
I see him a lot.
He
Yeah.
puts her window down.
And says hi to him.
No, I told her to put her window back up. That's weird.
He's fast, though, right?
Oh, he's fast.
He's fast.
Where was
also,
he?
He also was like randomly just going through the red light.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Was he near Talkington? Was that where he was going?
Yeah, like
Okay.
We're not talking to That's
Oh,
the wellness
sorry.
site. We were near the wellness site.
Oh,
We were at
really?
that intersection,
Oh,
and he literally just started going. And
He was like,
and he like
dodging
stopped
cars.
cars.
Oh. Interesting. I've been following him for a while, so.
Like in person or like on Instagram?
Please,
Because those are very different things.
Please continue.
Are
they still live?
Oh, wait, are we?
Madeline's on there, I
check on
think.
the-
Oh, we are.
Oh, whoa. Wait, she's on?
What? Is Madeline on?
We're still good. We're still good.
Wait, who's on?
There's another person on.
Oh,
Really?
There's 2 people on the stream.
Oh.
Wait, Val?
Oh, it might be Matt. Oh, okay.
Just joined.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Hi, Alfonso.
Oh, wait. No, it's Madeline.
Yeah, Madeline.
Someone
Hey, hey.
Hi, Madeline.
Wait, are you able to? I don't know how it looks for you, but are you able to see everything? Like, is it making sense? No.
Yeah, you can find like parts of
There's
it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is 60 seconds later. Okay. Okay. Well, okay, I'll check. Oh, okay. Yes, going great. Okay, thank you. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to post in the chat or see me after class, like Dr. Burns
Is
said.
that Garbanzo?
Oh.
Yes. Whoa.
Thank you.
It's Garbanzo.
Okay. So,
What's a really wide style cat?
He does.
okay. So, analyze this graph and then tell me what the solid line is and what the dashed line is.
That's a really good drawing.
That was a good drawing.
He's gonna draw. Y'all should see her on your train station. Oh! I love to give that to my uncle. Yeah. Yeah.
It says it's game.
Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind. Okay.
You get the reference?
All right, guys. I was actually covering it with my body. Okay. So we have ATP and oxygen being consumed normally. So the chain and oxidative phosphorylation is running normally. And then at a time point 2, we inactivate ATP synthase, and then ATP production stops. That makes sense, right? You have this motor, you turn off the motor, and you're no longer making ATP. Okay. And then you're also no longer making water. Why?
At time point 2. Or
Yeah, at time point 2. So at time point 2, you inactivate ATP synthase, and that also stops the consumption of oxygen. Why? Why does it do that? So all I did was I went here and I just, turned it off. Why is this being affected? I'll have a good reward for anybody who answers correctly or partially correctly. But let's see. Let me check the chat actually to make sure.
Chat.
Oh, okay. I'll try to proctor.
Chat might be- What if it's something to do with the free energy?
Free energy. Explain.
I don't know, because like that
Oh yeah, by the way, another good number to remember. What's the delta G of hydrolysis in ATP?
Oh,
30?
30 point.
Negative.
Negative 30.
Negative 30.
Negative 30, negative 30, nice.
Wait,
Yeah.
was the graph on Friday? Because I wasn't in class on Friday.
We're just saying stuff.
The graph was on Wednesday and Friday.
Oh,
Yeah, but is there anything with the delta G that's positive in all of catabolism that we've gone through so far? Or anabolism? Or let's just say catabolism.
no.
No.
I think in anabolism, like in glycogenesis or something, I think there is. But yeah, everything is negative, right? Everything has to be spontaneous for it to occur. If it's not spontaneous in the body, it will not occur. So, okay, anyway, why is what were you saying about delta G again? You said delta G affects the O2 consumption?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure because I thought like the proton, well, maybe the proton gradient just has ATP synthesis and not the entire thing, so I'm not sure.
So when we did this on Wednesday, it was kind of counterintuitive. Even he was like a little confused, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if you think about it immediately, you turn off the motor, you're still going to consume oxygen, right? So I think for the graph to be a little more accurate, I think for a short time period, you will still consume maybe some oxygen, right? Because, I mean, all you do is turn this off. This is independent of that. Then what happens, so eventually you have feedback inhibition. So you have the buildup of a lot of protons and you have a lot of ADP just sitting around, right? And you don't have a lot of ATP. And one of the drivers for everything here, right, is a decrease in ATP. You're making a huge amount of ATP, right? And you don't want to do that if you would rather make glucose or glycogen or something, right? This is if you really need it, right? The body is not wasteful in any sense. You only do things that are necessary. So if you're going to do this, you need ATP, you need a decrease in ATP somewhere. And if you don't, what's it called? If you just turn this off and you have an accumulation of, protons and stuff, then eventually, I think, the best way to think about it is just the proton gradient, maybe. But if you have a buildup of protons, eventually it's going to be not as favorable, or you won't have any protons left to pump, right? And then if you can't do that anymore, then you can't get as many electrons down here. And then the electrons, if there's no electrons, they can't be picked up by oxygen. So, yeah, I think for here, for it to be more accurate, for maybe a short time period, you consume some oxygen. But then through feedback inhibition of whatever you want, it just stops. So that's why that happens. That's what he said on Friday. But then at time point 3, you uncouple oxidative phosphorylation. And then the oxygen, the ATP. Oh, that was oxygen. Okay, well, I drew it wrong, but okay, maybe it's making sense. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So for a little bit, the oxygen consumption will go up, right? Because it'll take some time for the feedback inhibition, and then it's supposed to be a straight line. And then it'll stop. And then at time point 3, you uncouple oxidative phosphorylation. So what happens there?
You're still consuming oxygen, but you're not producing any ATP.
Nice, yeah. So you just uncouple the last step. You uncouple the gradient. So maybe you make like a little hole right here. And so now it's very easy for the protons to just flow back in. It doesn't need to go through the funnel right here. So you uncouple this, and you're only affecting this step now, right? Everything else, I mean, all this needs to do is pump protons. It doesn't care if it comes back in or not. All it needs to do is use the energy from the electrons, pump them, and then it's done. And so it can take those electrons, and now there's no feedback inhibition as much, I guess, and it makes water. And for here, if the protons can just come back in, Do another way, they will, and you just won't make ATP. So yeah. Okay, that's the graph. That'll be on the exam. He said, yeah. So just know why that happens. Okay, cool. That is the mitochondria. Now let's talk about the chloroplast. Okay, so let me draw this right here. Okay, any questions on the mitochondria, electron transport chain, or oxidative phosphorylation? So, I think the anatomy here is a little more important for the it's kind of bad, but there's more in it. So you have an outer membrane, right? I guess you have a cell wall too. That's like, wait, is a cell wall? Is there a cell wall, an outer membrane, inner membrane, and then the thylakoid, right? There's no other membrane, no other barrier. I think that's right. Yeah, there's a cell wall, I guess, for protection. Anyway, you have the outer membrane, you have an inner membrane. So far, and this is folded too, I guess. So very similar to the mitochondria. And then in here, you have something called a thylakoid. Okay. And then you have stacks of them, which are called granum, nice, yeah. Stacks called granum. Okay, what's this space called in between the outer and inner membrane? I don't know actually. But
So just like an intermembrane.
space. Oh wait, actually I think that's the same name. Yeah, inner membrane space. So, okay. And then here, I guess I gave it away. But what's this space called? Stroma. And then what's inside the thylakoid? What's that space inside there called? Lumen. Have you guys seen Severance?
What?
Severance, the show. Company.
On Apple TV.
Yeah, I just pirated it.
Wait, seven?
On live, by the way.
Severance.
Oh.
Oh, just a joke, guys. Anyway, important acrostic to remember. Stroma is basic, right? They both have an S, so it has a deficiency in protons compared to the lumen. So the lumen has a lot more protons. It's way more acidic. So keep that in mind for the direction of where protons will be pumped, where F0 and F1 is in comparison to this, right? So if the stroma is basic, okay, what's basic on this side? The matrix, right? So if it's basic, that means you're going to get protons to the more acidic side. You're pumping the protons into the basic side, basically. Ooh. And you have a lot more protons in here. And what you're doing is your whole goal is, we'll talk about this, but it has its own electron transport chain, has its own oxidative phosphorylation, has its own ATP synthase, and you're doing the same thing. You're getting protons out to the stroma. And so you're always pumping to the basic side. So, yeah, okay. So to get to that point where we can pump protons, we have to go into the thylakoid, and on the membrane of the thylakoid, you have the stroma right here, the lumen right here, this right here is the membrane. Can you guys see this well? Is it like, good? Okay, cool. Okay, maybe I won't redraw it then. But you have the stroma, and you have photosystem 2, which is the first part of our electron transport chain. And you have some light. And some light comes in, and it hits photosystem 2, and this light has enough energy where you're able to take some water and split water. And so the products of splitting water with this light energy is an oxygen molecule, right? It's one oxygen molecule. You have 2 protons sitting right here, and you also have 2 electrons. So water has 2 electrons. You're using light photons to split water, and the important thing we want from there is our 2 electrons. And so you can see Dr. Perez said that photosynthesis is the gluconeogenesis to whatever this is called, electron transport chain, whatever. Anyway, this is the opposite. Water is our final product right here, one of our final products, and right here is our initial reactant. And the reason for that is because we want to do something else later. Anyway, we extract our electrons from water, and we're able to take 2 electrons, and we're doing this all at photosystem 2, also called P680. Why is it called P680?
What's the wavelength that absorbs light? Sorry, is that the wavelength that absorbs light?
It's true, yeah. It's the maximal wavelength that it absorbs. So it can absorb a little under, but this is like the best wavelength, like the optimal one. Okay, what does a high wavelength mean in terms of energy?
Low energy.
Low energy and then a low wavelength?
Yeah,
And then a high frequency?
high energy.
Energy, yeah, and then low frequency is low energy. So I guess if this is 500, this is 700 nanometers, which one is higher in energy?
Mm-hmm.
500, nice. So this has a lot more energy. HU. And then, I guess, well, what's the color at 500?
I think, is it red?
Are you sure?
Blue?
Are you sure? Yeah, violet, right? Roy G. Biv, and red, right there. Yeah. But the red is the lowest energy wavelength. Okay. And then quick. You guys know who came up with Roy G. Biv? Quick little non sequitur.
Mr. Roy?
Who?
Mr. Roy?
Mr. Roy? Actually, how'd you? Yeah. No, it's no, it was Newton when he was discovering the laws of optics. He split white light into different colors of light, and then he was able to combine it all into white light again. And Newton was a devout Christian, and I don't know if I can talk about one part of it on here, but he was a very devout Christian, and he loved the number 7. 7 was a very important number to him. So he liked that number a lot. He tried to put oh, you're heading out?
Yeah, I have to
Zero.
go, sorry.
Hey,
Thank you.
No, sorry I went over. But.
No.
Do you like 6?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay, you got me. Anyway, he liked the number 7 a lot. Basically, indigo, violet, there's not too much of a difference. So anyway, just for Newton's sake, we went ahead and say, okay, 7 is fine. So yeah, Roy G. Biv. Anyway. Okay. That was a quick little break. Anyway.
Sir, you have a question in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see.
This is the moderator.
Thank you. Thank you, Discord moderator. I've learned so much from. Thank you so much. So cool. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Quick question. How can I start on this stuff as I'm on my? Oh wait. Oh, my pre-med year. Dang, dude, you're kind of early. Wait, what do you mean pre-med year? You mean freshman year? If you're in your freshman year, I would just say do good in your classes. Worry about this stuff later. You'll have enough time to learn it later on, so don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about this right now.
Who asked that?
He's actually in his 3rd year.
Really?
Oh,
okay.
Wait, what? What?
Well, if you want to learn, I guess I need more context and perspective, but to learn all of this stuff on your own, I mean, there's textbooks, there's a lot of YouTube videos online. If you're in Biochem, that's a good way to learn from the teacher, but miles down, yeah. Oh yeah, if you're talking about specifically for the MCAT, there's a lot of Biochem exams, but for the MCAT, there's a lot of resources. So Okay, hope that answered your question. Thank you.
Oh, Mocha Lily 2 asks what your favorite element on the periodic table.
Okay. I'll just answer this.
Just very briefly.
Yeah. I don't know if I can pick a favorite. It's like picking a favorite child, but it's either going to be carbon, right? It's like, it's the backbone, it's everything, or mercury, because it's like the only metal that's a liquid at room temperature, right? That's like on many periodic tables you see. I guess not in the one in here, but mercury will be a different color on the periodic table, and they've done that to show it's a liquid at room temperature. It's very interesting. Has a lot of cool properties.
Yeah.
Has a very unique history in terms of science and thermometers, whatever, So, I hope that 8 people are watching. Thank you. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, report, whatever you like. So, anyway. Okay. We have light energy at photosystem 2. P680 absorbs. That's the best wavelength for it to absorb energy. And all you're doing here is splitting water to get 2 electrons from it. And what's going to happen here is very similar to what's going on here. You have plastoquinone. So this is called plastoquinone. I don't think we have to know the structure. But it's very, very similar to ubiquinone. And do you guys know why it's called ubiquinone? It's like ubiquitous. It's like everywhere. That's why they named it like that. Anyway, plastoquinone is the one for plants. And it's basically doing the same thing. And it's taking these electrons, it's shuttling them, and it goes to cytochrome B6F complex. B6F. Yes. Okay. And this is very important. The main function here is that it's creating the proton gradient. And so you have the stroma, which is basic, right? And you're taking whatever protons are in there and you're pumping them out onto this side. So cytochrome B6F complex is responsible for the pumping of protons. That's what you're using the energy of the electrons for. And so you can see here, right, in mitochondria, it's very important. You have 4 protons here, you have 4 protons here, you have 2 protons here. You have 3 different complexes that are pumping protons. You only have 1 here. And so take that into account for the importance of what the plant deems important, right? And so it has a proton gradient, it wants to create ATP, but it also has a lot more stuff it wants to save space for. So, just keep that in mind. Anyway, you have 1 proton pump here, cytochrome B6F complex, you're pumping protons, and the electrons are used up there, some of the energy is lost there, and then you're going on to plastocyanin. And so this has a porphyrin. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, this has the porphyrin complex. So the porphyrin complex is just a bunch of rings, right? And it has like a usually some type of metal ion in the center. So for here, for the cytochromes or stuff, there was so iron, right? For here, it's going to be, I think, manganese. No, copper. It's plastocyanin as copper. Plastocyanin. So this has a copper complex, right? And anyway, this is just another carrier. It runs along, goes to photosystem 1, and then, so you've lost a lot of energy now from the electron, and you've lost so much that you just need more energy from light. And so photosystem 1, it has another light ray hit it, and it's able to re-energize the electrons, and you re-energize them, P700, so you can absorb them at a higher wavelength at a lower energy. So you need high energy here, you need a little less energy light here, just enough to re-energize the electrons. And then you go to ferredoxin, I think it's called. It's just another iron sulfur complex. And that's able to carry it to our final part right here. It's called NADP reductase. NADP reductase. And so this is important for one of our products of photosynthesis of the light reactions. So it's called the light reactions because you need light. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you take ferredoxin, takes it to NADP reductase, and all that happens here is you take NADP plus and a proton, whatever proton's left up here, and you make NADPH. And so NADPH is for, oxidative stress or redox reactions and stuff. Yeah, so NADPH can be used for that, can also be used in here, the Calvin cycle. But yeah, that's one end of the light reactions, make NADPH. The other end is very easy. All you do is the same thing as before. You take your protons, you have an ATP synthase, the exact same mechanism, the alpha beta subunits, everything, and you just make ATP again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all for the light reactions. Very, very simple. A lot of it is just shuffling of electrons. So the electrons in here were for oxygen to make water. The electrons from here are from water, and they're used to make NADPH again. And the protons are the same in both. Okay, and then the protons are pumped from the acidic side onto the basic side. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah. Okay, any questions?
So is that all we have to know for the exam?
No, that's like
photosynthesis?
that's like 3/4. This is the last part. But any questions on this part?
Well, didn't it stop at the Calvin cycle today?
Oh, really? Did we not do it?
No.
No, we
Really? Oh man. Okay,
Splendid.
that's it. Yeah, we're done.
Fantastic news, guys.
Thank you,
Okay.
Juarez.
Sorry, I think I went a bit longer.
Yes.
So, please. You're already paying me enough. Please. So I'll take payment at the door.
See ya.
Okay.
We're trapped in here.
Any questions?
There's a lot of things on the chat.
What resources do you recommend? Ghost. Okay. Just I'll talk to you later. Okay. Here. I'll send you my email. I'll put my email in the chat. You email me and we'll talk. Okay. Mokali, why can glycolysis and gluconeogenesis not both be fully active at the same time? Okay, because they're competing processes. So you're using glycolysis and gluconeogenesis are using the same substrates, and you can't have both at the same time because you're just going to be consuming one and then using another, and then that's just a repetitive process. You want to get to the end products, and through the end, I mean, it's like a chain, right? And you have to go through this chain, but if you're stuck in the middle of the chain, you can't get to the end. So you have to do one, you have to prioritize one over another at different points, depending on what you've eaten or if you've eaten and other stuff like that. Yeah. Drop the home. Okay. Okay, so if you guys want, we can end it right here. I can take some questions, we can end it, or we can do some top hat questions and then call it. What do you guys want to do?
When is the lac operon turned on?
Okay, this is unrelated. This is like for a genetic question. The lac operon.
Oh, brother.
Okay. So Okay, I'll just talk about it quickly. So lactose for bacteria. The lac operon usually is for bacteria, right? Lactose is not the preferred source of energy for bacteria. Glucose is, and usually it's turned off. The lac operon is used to break down lactose. Okay, I can't break down lactose. A lot of people can't, but bacteria can, has the ability to do that, and it uses lactase, the enzyme, to do that. Lactose, if it's present, the lac operon will be turned on. Most of the time, will be turned off. If it's lucky enough, it'll have glucose. So it's a need by need basis. So it's not always on. Yeah. Okay, any other questions about this, about biochemistry? No? Okay, let me cut this off. Can I just have 4 volunteers come draw the structures real quick?
What structures?
These ones up here. Rohan, I want you to be first. You can pick.
Oh my.
Okay, I'll do
Thank you for the marker. Nice. Okay, cool. Okay. Then can someone draw one of these two? This one's pretty easy now, but one of these two. Anyone?
can I pick someone?
Okay, go ahead.
Libby.
She's giving me all her stuff. All like this.
You guys want to do any top back questions, or what do you guys want to do?
Oh, do you have the top pack?
This is for Madeline.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or is it just like?
I mean, if you guys have any questions over them, we can do any of them right now.
Oh.
But we can do any of the active questions, the homework questions.
Are we gonna have top hat questions on the exam?
Oh yeah,
You
oh
said
yeah.
After you said it was like sheets, but like we have to know those 4 drawings.
Nice.
And then
Libby did good.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
no.
It's your turn.
No, these are. Okay, yeah. It's just kind of redundant. So.
You said like the one with the graph that Mia drew is definitely gonna be on the top.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay, that
this
makes
will be
sense.
on there for sure.
Wait, but you said everything else is like shoes.
Yeah. You said the draw and then just
Oh,
those
Plus
These-
recognizing the drawings.
One of these.
We don't have to draw.
Yeah.
No, we
He
don't
said
draw it.
Recognize.
I don't even know how.
Oh, we don't have to draw.
I thought he said it's just MCQ. Like we just
Oh.
choose it.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that would be good.
Can you imagine?
He said
I
that.
thought-
He
I
said
thought
that.
he said-
Yeah.
he said you-
Remember,
he said if it's on the
Rohan?
homework,
You
it's
asked,
great.
or someone asked him today.
Someone did
Oh,
He's
the
like,
drawing
If
and
you have to
some-
draw it on the homework, you have to draw it on the exam.
Yeah, so- but easy stuff though. We did draw all of them on homework. I remember we did.
I don't remember
Two,
that.
no?
Oh
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, we only
Rylan-
drew.
Rylan says he said we had to draw.
We have to.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because to know how to draw them,
But those 4 though.
So I think I'll take the guy.
the gun. Yeah. And recording.
I really hope there's a lot of questions. So that means more room for error.
Wait, whatever we're learning Wednesday's also on the exam?
Guys,
No.
he curves this.
So
They're not curving.
hopefully
They're
we
not
won't
curving.
need a curve.
He sweats in the sun.
Wait, is
Or is
it
it
like
we should know
if
Wendy's
he's
gonna
really
follow
well
you
this
home?
season, we don't have to.
Wait, so how many siblings do you have?
Yeah, I feel like
Oh wait. Okay. Let me give you a question.
No.
We're deferring.
Yes.
Okay. We talked about it today in class. What are the products? What are the products of pentose phosphate pathway, and what are they used for?
NADPH.
Okay. Good. Pretty good.
Oh, the.
It's used for biosynthesis of fatty acids.
thing.
Amino acids.
Amino acids.
Ribose 5-phosphate.
No, for nucleic acids. Yeah, for like
Oh, yeah.
DNA, RNA, ribose 5-phosphate. Let's draw the pentose phosphate pathway.
Oh, hell.
no, heck no.
I don't know the mnemonic for that one.
Let's hear it, baby.
Let's hear it.
Oh, I.
Wait, really? You have a mnemonic for
She's a
pentose
really
phosphate?
Really good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
Okay, guys, 1 second. I'll get you. Oh, whenever I find it.
Let's go with the class.
Does anyone have any topic questions they want to do right now? If you guys have them, we can just do any of them real quick.
I wish I could see the answer choices. For
I
them.
have screenshots, but I gotta find
Oh,
I have screenshots as well.
Oh,
I
I
have all of
forgot.
them.
Yeah, he
I
doesn't
was
have
gonna
those.
say
photos.
all mixed in.
Yeah.
You want me to share them with you? Or do you have all of them?
I'm good.
Okay.
You can tell me.
He's just gonna raw out this exam.
I'm totally thinking about it.
That's what the exam wants.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Anything for that A.
Yeah, we should probably ask him how many questions will be on the exam.
Oh, he hasn't made the test yet.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
like,
really?
I said he'd half of it.
But I don't know how long this
I think he
exam
started
could be,
it.
Yeah, he
or
was
if it
like,
is.
I don't really focus on the number of questions, just how much content you want.
And the predictions.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't think any of the questions will be too hard.
They better not be. I
That's
will
like-
cry if they ask me about the Q cycle.
This is a heavy.
I mean, okay, if you have any questions about the Q cycle, I think like this is the main stuff you should know, right? Just know that ubiquinol is just running along, right? And when its final destination, ubiquinol, is cytochrome, whatever, it's complex 3. The 2 electrons have 2 different fates, right? 1 electron is important as it goes into an iron sulfur complex, cytochrome C1, and eventually gets to cytochrome C. And then cytochrome C can interact with complex 4. The other electron is just to regenerate ubiquinol. So,
The Q cycle in the membrane? It all occurs in the membrane?
I think so. Yeah, they're like it's embedded. It's like this integral membrane protein. So it's like in here, yeah. I think. Yeah. Was it active, easy? You feel?
I haven't done the latest homework.
Oh, I can.
Wait, the latest homework, what was that over?
Photosynthesis.
Just the like
Just
16
16
questions.
questions.
It didn't include Calvin cycle?
No.
Oh.
There was no Calvin. Well, actually, no.
It was like set.
It had Rubisco in it.
Rubisco. Oh.
It didn't get any feedback. I got one wrong. Didn't get any feedback.
Rubisco. We did talk about Rubisco in class, right?
I didn't see.
Okay, well, I guess we can talk about Rubisco, because we did talk about that in class. It might be on the exam. But the important part of it is just that it's the first part of the Calvin cycle. And so the Calvin cycle has 2 main purposes. The most important purpose is to create glucose and sugars and starch and whatever, food. And the other part is to create ribulose bisphosphate, ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. And that is fuel for the Calvin cycle. Rubisco comes in because all it does is it takes carbon dioxide and it makes it react with ribulose and bisphosphate. And so Rubisco just initiates the Calvin cycle. That's the important part of it. So that's the main thing you should know, I guess, for Rubisco. And so we did talk about that.
He's probably gonna test us on top of stuff.
I don't know, did we talk about all of it? I don't remember.
No, we just-
Not all of it.
We just started the independent ones. Basically, or most of it.
We talked about C4 versus C3. We stopped at photorespiration. And we talked about Rubisco, but like
The last thing that we talked about was like why photosystems 1 and 2 were physically separated and all that.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Why are they physically separated? So photosystem, okay. I did not mention it here. I simplified it, but photosystem 2 gets hit by light. There's a splitting of water, and then there's a loss of electrons. So there are 2 electrons from water, right? I think somewhere in photosystem 2, if you guys remember the Z scheme, right? You guys remember that? The Z scheme where it shows like photosystem 2, a decrease in energy, it goes here and then whatever. It's like a Z scheme, but it looks like a Z for the energy, whatever. There's an electron loss in photosystem 2 that water with one of its electrons is able to replace. But why is photosystem 2 and photosystem 1 separated though? Which one has a higher reduction potential?
Is it photosystem 1?
I think so. And that makes sense, right? But he was saying photosystem 1 is really good at getting electrons, right? So it has a high reduction potential. If it has a higher reduction potential, it would be, it does have a higher reduction potential, but if it was closer, the photosystem 2, I think it would just keep stripping electrons from there. And it would never be able to get to plastoquinone, I think. So you wouldn't be able to progress. So I think that's why there's a physical separation. To just ensure that you have enough time to get a plastoquinone and get a pumping of protons. So I think that's why, I don't remember. Yeah, but I guess everything we did so far, this is like a brief overview, like, review some of this stuff, do the homework in the top hat, I think it should be good. But yeah, I don't know. Any other questions? Have you guys done the homework?
Yeah.
The latest homework? Wow. Okay, yeah, they're on top of it. I guess it's due tomorrow, right? Okay.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Let me see. What are any tough questions from there?
Well, what about the Rubisco being the most popular protein or whatever?
Oh yes, yeah. Rubisco is like the most important enzyme in the world because it just creates sugars. So it initiates the Calvin cycle, and the Calvin cycle is very important because it makes food. Yeah. Well, so something very interesting. I guess we don't have to know it now, but you get to a point in the Calvin cycle where you make glucose. What's it called? Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, right here. And from here, you just go through gluconeogenesis all the way to glucose. So all the pathways are connected in some way. Yeah, you don't need a new pathway to go from there to glucose. So pretty interesting. Yeah. Do plants do respiration?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
They have a chloroplast and a mitochondria.
Okay. Nice.
That's one of my questions.
Mhm.
Yeah, so everything here is occurring in the plants as well. Plants also have their own proton gradient for photosynthesis, right? But they don't need as much ATP for that. Get rid of this.
I have a question for you. What color do you imagine the mitochondria is like?
Oh, it might be bad, but I still think like green for mitochondria, and I also think of green for chloroplasts. So I don't think that's good. But red mitochondria.
It's like power. Oh, okay.
Oh, powerhouse and stuff.
Wow.
Pretty good. Okay. I don't know. I think that's it. Yeah. All right.
What's the next review?
Yeah,
Next review?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys want another one for this exam? I don't
We still
know.
have to learn more content, so.
For this exam?
No,
Biochem?
no.
We're done.
Today was the
Yeah.
last
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah.
Wednesday we practice and then whatever we talk about Wednesday.
I think there were still more slides.
Well, he'll lecture for a bit on Wednesday.
Yeah, I have lectures.
Yeah, we'll review.
None of my lectures will be on this.
For Wednesday.
Will be on the idea. What about the Biochem 3?
Yeah.
Biochem 3?
Biochem 3.
It's just gonna be like me writing random facts. Like honestly, just like
Homework.
do the homework. Just do that again and again and again, and that's it.
Madeline says to go over cytochrome B6F.
B6.
Yeah, go
Okay.
over that.
So we start in photosynthesis in the light reaction from photosystem 2, right? And so we have water is split by the energy from the light. And what you do for that, well, the reason you do that is to get your electrons, 2 electrons. And so you have oxygen, protons as a byproduct, but you want the electrons. And so you take the electrons and you're able to have it transferred onto plastoquinone, which is very similar to ubiquinone, which is our carrier, right? It can like run along the membrane. Plastoquinone is the one for plants, doing the same exact thing, right? And so it runs along to cytochrome B6F complex. And so the main purpose of this complex is just to pump protons. And it's pumping protons onto which side? The basic or acidic side? Acidic, yeah. So it's making the acidic side acidic, right? The acidic side is the lumen, which is the interior of the thylakoid, which is acidic. And it's pumping it from the stroma, which is supposed to be basic, right? So a low proton concentration. So it's pumping protons from the stroma into the lumen. It's making the lumen acidic. And from there, you can just skip all the way to ATP synthase. And all the protons are used up there to make ATP in the same mechanism that was used for oxidative phosphorylation. Does that make sense? Or?
Sorry, that's a minute of
Yeah. I feel bad like waiting because then I'll be waiting.
Madeline said, got it, thanks.
Oh.
Mocha Lily too said, wait, but why is the Q cycle important in cytochrome B6F.
Why is the Q cycle important in B6F?
Yes.
Is there a Q cycle here? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if we have to know it for our exam, but in general, I can say the Q cycle is important because you need to ensure that there is plastoquinol. And plastoquinol is important because it's shuttling all your electrons, right, in this first half. And if you don't have plastoquinol, if you're not regenerating it, then your electrons are just going to be stuck here in photosystem 2. So that's why it's important. And also for oxidative electron transfer, you need the regeneration of ubiquinol. So it can go back all the way to complex 1. This can, I don't know, help out somewhere else too. So, yep. Okay. Any last questions? Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Horace.
Thank you, Horace.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Remember, any crisis can be an opportunity. Take that as you will. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Horace.
Of course. No, thank you. Thank you.